Well, week 8, you have 2 weeks left of Connect groups, and I think that's sad. I really don't like when Connect groups end for a semester, but don't worry if you're feeling that pain already. Connect groups will come back around in February, so it'll come around quick again.
And we are looking at taking up a little more of the calendar with Connect groups. We extended it 2 weeks this time, and in the fall we'll extend it 2 weeks. So that's another month of the year calendar that we take up with Connect groups.
Yeah, so don't feel too sad. You're gonna have more opportunities to connect with one another in the future. But we're here now. We have 2 more weeks left to enjoy this time. Tom, what's the big thought for this week?
Well, chapter 8, we're talking about the power of a new beginning. So God remembers Noah down there on the ark, and the ark comes to rest, and it's time for a new beginning, a new dispensation, they would say in the Bible college classes. And Noah's left to kind of repopulate the earth, restart the human race, if you will, the power of a new beginning.
Yeah, that's super powerful. And Tom, so what is the big question for this week?
Well, the big question is to kind of help us peel the layers off of some Christianese, which is, what does it mean to be born again? Yeah. So when we think of the power of a new beginning, and we use that phrase born again, and sometimes I don't think we really think about what it means, but that's what I'd like to have you really talk about. What does it mean to be born again? John chapter 3, the first 7 verses are helpful there. But what does it mean to be born again? The power of a new beginning.
Yeah. Real quick, just my story is for being born again is I was saved at 4 years old with my parents, and they tell me the story, but I feel like my relationship with God didn't really start till 7th grade when I realized that throwing temper tantrums, I know, about math class doesn't help anything, and God wants me to grow and be made new in Him. And that was, I think, in 6th grade when I really realized, man, this thing is real. This thing is not just a nice thing that my parents do, it's a thing that I need to do in my life to have a better life.
God can change my life.
Yeah, and that's where that realization happened, that there can be new things in my life. And so don't be afraid to share your experience of being saved. It's so good to be encouraged by one another in the stories that we have together. And that's our mission as a church, sharing our story to connect others with God's story. So share your story to help those around you this evening connect with God's story. So thanks again for coming and being a part. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Week 9 is next week.